Yes, it is. Somebody take a drink.
Okay. Everybody take a damn drink.
I need one.
It's happy hour.
Pass me the crown.
There we go. They gonna have to pay for that.
I mean,
Pass me the alcohol. Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
pass me.
What up, and welcome back to yet another episode of the JANEE Latrice podcast.
Yeah.
The happy hour of podcast where young black creatives come together to discuss our worlds and take what we need. I am your host, performing artist, recording artist, and entrepreneur, JANEE Latrice. Yeah. What up? And I'm joined by, of course, all your favorite motherfucking people.
Hell yeah.
Okay? Of course, the Mrs., the mom, and everybody's favorite funny honey bunny. My good girlfriend, Deloria Lewis, is in the building.
The best is you ever tested.
Okay. Actor, writer, singer, our resident Renaissance man. Y'all already know. Jerome Scott is in the building.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all feel? Y'all good? Hope you're drinking, even if it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
And last but certainly not least, my best friend, come on y'all, artist and activist, repping the Golden City's very own, our own Golden Butter. Y'all give it up for Holden Jones in the building.
Golden butt.
Yes, Lord.
Golden butt? Wait a minute.
Golden butt? Wait, what?
Golden
It's
butter.
not golden butt. It's golden butter. Butter.
Yo, butter tastes good on everything. So Holden, I love you for that.
Hey, it's
Thank
the
you for the golden
butt.
butter.
That's weird. Everything?
Yeah.
I mean,
everything.
yeah.
Pizza?
Of course.
Yeah,
Butter?
I ain't never put
You
butter
put
on
butter
pizza.
on?
on the
Never.
crust. On the crust or something.
Oh,
It's weird.
Okay.
How are you
Butter
guys
on
feeling other than putting butter on pizza?
I'm chilling. I'm in the groove.
We are together. We are locked in. We are here. I'm happy.
I'm
Like,
excited.
yes,
How's
yes.
everybody's week been, you know?
Crazy.
Oh, crazy?
Crazy.
Then
Good
share.
rain.
Yeah.
My
Eyelashes
Doing
falling.
right.
No, I got
Tell
nothing.
everybody.
Right the bite. Hey guys, my eyelash.
Why are we talking about how rough it was?
Anyway, okay, if you had to name one thing that you think you learned over the last 2 weeks, something new, what would it be? Don't all jump at once.
You just asked. Give us a damn chance. What the fuck?
Let's go.
Hurry up and answer, not everybody at once.
Okay, Holden, you first.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I'm
It's
on
the
the shot.
shots.
Oh, no. It is a shot. Something I learned in the last couple weeks. I'm too close to the microphone. That's one.
never.
Come closer, baby. All right, I'm relaxed.
All right.
Tweaking right now.
We're happy to see each
Yo,
other.
we are.
Y'all
It's
gonna be
a vibe.
goofy.
It's a vibe. No, I learned that respect people. Respect people. That's what I learned. Respect people.
Good.
But I feel like there's such a story behind that.
Yeah.
Girl, we gonna get into it as the convo goes
Come
on.
on here.
Yeah.
Respect people.
Respect
I'm going to go
people.
ahead and take that
Wow.
lesson as well. Whatever. It's never too late or too early to learn to put some respect
Put some respect.
on a motherfucker. Jerome, share.
Cars cost a lot of money.
Oh,
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Welcome
They
to the
do.
club. God damn it.
oh, man. Shout out to all car owners out there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Got a car accident and whatnot.
Oh, no.
So, you know.
You
I didn't know if
good?
he, I was going to say, but I didn't know if, you know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Got in a car accident. And, you know.
But you made it here today.
He's alive.
I made it here
We're
today.
so happy that you're
The struggle.
okay.
Oh, the struggle without is real. Oh, my God. That's
Yeah.
ghetto.
That's ghetto.
Walking is ghetto.
Yo, stop!
Listen, but you might need that
Not
time
everybody
alone.
has cars.
You might
I'm
have
sorry.
You need that time
You don't say
alone to
walking is
think.
ghetto.
It is.
You gotta focus when you driving. You don't gotta focus when you on the bus.
Well,
Unless you
Yes,
about to
you
miss
do.
your
You better- you
stop.
better pay attention.
On SEPTA, you got you.
You about to miss your. I used to be sleep on the
Not
bus
even
too.
just that.
Right.
SEPTA, you got to pay attention. Every party get on that joint, you got to pay attention to what time it is.
Oh, wow. I haven't been on SEPTA in a
Yeah,
long time.
it's not a good place.
Deloria, what have you learned in the past 2 weeks?
I don't know if I would say like I learned something.
You don't be learning shit on a regular
I learned stuff every day. I learn stuff every day, but like something specific
Yeah.
or pacific, however
Hey, yo,
you
we're not doing this.
however you be
Okay.
talking.
We are educated blacks over here, okay?
Shout out to the Pacific Ocean.
Hey,
Yo.
Come on.
what did you learn,
seriously,
bitch?
I got it.
She trying to
no,
think.
seriously.
She vamping. She trying to think.
I have a deeper understanding of what it means to protect your energy, yo.
Okay.
No bullshit. No
That's
bullshit.
good.
I guess I'm just like becoming more discerning of other people and their energy and different spirits and stuff like that. Like as I quiet my mind,
Yeah.
it helps me see other people for what they are. And I mean that in a good way and in, some ways that might go over somebody else's head.
Yeah.
But
no, I fuck with it.
but yeah, yo.
I love that. Thank y'all for sharing.
Discernment. How about you?
Well, per our last conversation or one of our last conversations, one thing that I recently learned is that I'm actually supposed to be washing my hands before and after I take a piss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys always do this?
I didn't know that.
No, I didn't either. And as a 34-year-old woman learning that, I just felt like, wow, I've definitely been doing life wrong for a very fucking long time.
I don't know about wrong.
So let me ask this then, because then what? I understand afterwards,
Yeah.
but before, like, is it get germs on your private
On your
parts or something?
genitalia.
So,
what?
okay.
You're supposed to
I'm
wipe
supposed to
your
wash
or
my
shake
hands.
your, whatever y'all do with clean hands.
But it's weird because like you still got to touch the faucet with that same dirty hand. Like how are you going to turn the water on? You know what I mean? Like in the soap and all, like I don't get like.
So basically, you're saying that we should not wash our hands before we pee.
I just feel like that's
Maybe we should all sit.
I just that shit. It's too time
you still
consuming.
gotta aim it. You don't want to touch in the.
So wait, you guys
You
don't
don't wanna
wash
touch
your
the
hands
bowl.
before you go to the bathroom?
Hell to the nizzle.
That shit
No,
take too long.
come
I
on
always
now.
be having a like potty time when
Oh,
I
I
go.
feel so much
I don't
better.
have time to do
You
that
thought somebody
shit.
was going to judge you?
I've
Like,
been-
ugh,
I
you
just-
don't do that.
Yes, actually, I
What
just
that lady
started
say?
doing
Ain't
it.
nobody got time for that.
I just started doing it like in the last 2 weeks. Like, oh my
I am
gosh.
not
started doing it?
subscribing.
Yes,
to
Wow,
washing my
you
hands
subscribe
before
to
I
it.
go to the bathroom
That's
and
a
then
waste of
after I
soap.
come out.
So your soap is high.
You doubled your soap bill.
Holden just gave me this slow nod,
Like
and a thumbs up.
it was a commitment to this for me.
That is a commitment.
No.
Yeah, I'm,
God dang, I got to pee.
That I'm
I
stopping
got to
that
pee.
shit
I'm about to pee on myself. Hold on. Let me
I'm
wash my
gonna
hands first
go.
before I do this.
No,
Let
seriously.
it be clean. Let it be clean.
Yeah, I'm not with it, Jenna.
What
I'm
other
sorry.
bathroom etiquette like do y'all kind of like incorporate, like courtesy flushing, for
Yes.
example?
I will definitely courtesy flush because don't nobody want to smell that shit.
In
Me
your
neither.
own house? I
Yeah.
courtesy flush in my own
Of
house,
course.
but
No,
not
I know people that
every drop.
put pine salt and bleach in the toilet before they go.
Legit.
Yeah.
I
Legit.
know
It does.
to, yeah, Lysol in the toilet. Like, whatever spray you have, do it in the bowl and then go.
yeah.
Courtesy flush.
Niggas
Yeah.
must be eating fucked
Keep
up.
I am teaching my
No.
children though. I'm
It
teaching
works.
my
It
kids to put the lid down before they flush.
See, that's another thing. But
Yeah.
how do you But see, now I think about that every time I courtesy flush. Like, am I splashing
Of course,
poop
up
particles on my ass?
up on that ass.
So I
Damn, I don't like that.
I know for that I do know like because usually like,
I'm not getting up
when
and
I-
closing every time.
No, but when I brush my teeth, like because I usually like after I finish brushing my teeth, I'll do like mouthwash or something, or I'll go to the bathroom and I'll put my toothbrush down on the sink or the base on the sink.
Yeah.
And when I flush, I'll pick it up and like put it in my pocket or do
Do
something
you
else.
really?
Yeah, I do because that's
for
something that
you.
I remember from when I was a kid because they said even if you can't see it, like it's little particles
It
that be
goes in
flying.
there.
Oh
in
my
there.
God.
Yeah,
I
but that's
feel
why you get the
gross.
covers for your
I know, but
toothbrush.
I don't want it on enough, so I put it in my pocket.
I understand.
Yeah, I mean,
I understand.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
respect. Yo, one
I
of
don't
the
do
things,
any of these things.
one of the things that drives me absolutely insane, yo, when you in a public bathroom and like somebody else is in there and you know them and they want to have a conversation,
That's
like,
not the
can
time.
you wait?
Don't talk to
That's
me.
not the
Does
time.
that mean
Talk to
they
me in
come
the
out
bathroom
That's
at
not
all.
the time.
outside?
Oh, that goes for women too. 'Cause
Yes.
Yeah, because I know.
I don't
in
like
the-
happens.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, for guys,
gigs?
a lot of times at
guys,
urinals,
yeah.
they
they want to have
They
a
get the-
conversation.
It's not the
Go
time
in.
to talk.
Yeah, like,
I'm sorry,
On
sir.
gigs, motherfuckers will come in there and be like, "Oh my God, you guys sound so great," and I'm like,
No, that's not the time to talk. I
Trying
don't know
to
that.
hate,
I thought
miss.
that for women, y'all would be more.
You in the
back like,
acclimated to talk.
"No, we can talk at the sink, perhaps, but not while I'm pissing."
Exactly, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
What if
yeah.
I let a fart slip?
Exactly. That's my sentiment.
Yeah.
Exactly. But when I'm like, if I'm like out with my family, like if we on vacation or some shit like that, like I will leave the door open and go to the bathroom. Like I'm talking to my family or my friends in the bathroom.
I
I'm
don't
cool with
even
that,
do
but
that.
not like a stranger.
I don't
We
remember
ain't
the
talking.
last time.
I want
I've
people to
been
come in the
that
bathroom with
comfortable
me when
some-
I'm in there. And I'm not the only person with that sentiment. So
no, you're not. I know people that just regularly talk with the door open and whatnot.
I want to do that, but my husband be like,
that ain't me.
Yeah, I'll be like, come in, babe.
He'd
be like, no, you good.
You good. Leave your stink ass in there. It's all right.
Y'all are hilarious. Listen, we got a bunch of things to get into tonight.
Yes, Lord.
Everybody cup full. Everybody ready?
Not for long.
I know that's right. All right, man, let's talk about it. Listen, the first things first, of course, Kanye mother effing West had me sitting on the edge of my seat because I swore that Donda, we knew that Donda was going to hit all DSPs on Friday. It was originally scheduled for a Friday release, but has, of course, been pushed back to August the 6th. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, he did host a listening party at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in ATL, where he has since taken residence because the energy and vibes were so rich that he wanted to remain there until after the album finished. Now, before we kind of get into what our expectations are or whatever like that, I want to shoot this to Jerome because Jerome is our resident Kanye super fan.
That's right.
Yes. So
proud of it.
How you feeling about the anticipation of this project? And then you can kind of take us into your overall thoughts on Kanye because, like, where do we stand with Kanye right now? Like, what's up?
I figured this project was not coming.
Why?
Because that's Kanye.
I was ready.
I think this project is going to come eventually, but a Kanye project on time has not been a thing.
So you think we shouldn't expect it August 6th either?
Huh?
You think we shouldn't expect?
I'm just kidding, guys.
You think we should?
Black people can be on time.
Black people are on time. Don't get me started. Anyway, do you think we shouldn't expect it August 6th either?
I wouldn't put my expectations high, but what he did do, But what he did do with this listening event is he created more buzz around this, and he created a positive buzz around this. And Kanye West, for me, has always been, Kanye West is an artist that I feel, the one artist that I feel I grew up with. He released his first album, I believe, around 2003. So I'm in the middle of high school. So those are like, big on formative years and you're developing for long-term memory and things of that nature. So we're going 2003 till now, and that he played a huge part in my upbringing. I know every album. I have every album. Nice. I know every album back and forth. I can point like that he's an artist that I point to with that. I don't take away, some of his transgressions, and I use that in quotes. But I do offer sometimes an explanation for him. I do pass.
Sometimes we need grace.
Everybody
deserves grace.
I
give grace to my brother too.
You wasn't singing this tune
last
week for Carrie Hilson. You said fuck Hilson. So how come Carrie Hilson don't get the same
she
grace?
Out there on her own. Kanye West
Carrie
represented
Hilson.
Beyonce. He knew better.
Talk about yes, I was.
You know better, you do better. Listen, go back to the last episode.
I'm not mad at that.
But I'm excited. I'm excited for this project.
Yeah.
This project has been talked about for the last few years, and considering all the things that he's gone through between the last projects he put out, the gospel projects, and this project. I mean, you talk about family situations, Kim.
It's like, no, I do like Kim.
It's that flush button.
You flush Kim.
I love Kim.
No.
No, I respect Kim. I ain't gonna.
But I anticipate this album. I'm looking forward to it greatly. Some of the stuff sounds great. You got Jay-Z.
Yeah,
man.
Jay-Z back in the camp.
Yep.
Who apparently made his verse 4:00 that day. That's what the streets were saying.
I believe it.
That's why we ain't get an album.
Right.
We gotta mix some stuff.
Damn, I'm excited about it too. Dean, how you feel?
I mean, listen, that's my brother. No matter what, from another mother, Donda.
This loyalty is very interesting.
I love
Kanye.
I was mad as shit though when he did what he did. But the Bible said
did what he did. My thing is, all right, I respect Kanye. I love Kanye as an artist. I think that he's dope. But all right, I'm excited for the album. Let me start there. Okay? Because I know that this shit's gonna be fire.
You know what his talent is.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
So it ain't on no like cancel him, don't listen to his music type vibes. I was just mad disappointed. You know what I'm saying? And it felt personal. because like of the personal connection, like
that
you
makes
said,
sense.
that I feel like I've had to Kanye West. It felt personal, like it felt like a personal attack when you put that "Make America Great Again"
that
hat on,
definitely.
and,
I'm sorry,
and you know, started talking shit about slavery being a choice and all of these weird ass things that you was doing. I just was like, damn, bro, like you kind of drawn it. But I'm definitely excited for the album.
Pierced a couple souls.
Yeah.
I'm sure it did.
Okay.
Hold on, how you feel?
So I'm the part of the community that I never like. I love Kanye's music. Like I know his singles, I know his hits, but I've never been like a diehard fan to buy an album, listen through each album, right? So when he made those comments, right? Some of that I took with a grain of salt because he's been saying things that are outlandish since George Bush and Katrina had.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? So I took it with a grain of salt. Like, okay,
well, he was right when he said what he said.
He was right. He was right. But also,
That shit was wild.
It was wild as fuck.
It was wild.
Mike Myers didn't know what to do.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Mike.
Because wasn't nobody else gonna say nothing.
That's
that was
a
one
wild
of the first
statement
times.
to
Wild
make.
statement. Yeah, George Bush does not care about black people.
I love that moment. Oh, matter of fact, you can
Yeah.
come on back, guy.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
So there was that, and then so it was a lot of different moments. But then also, that was a good reminder that black people were not monolithic. So that there, whether he really feels like that or not, make America great or whatever, if he feels like that or not, there are different viewpoints within the black community, and there's different perspectives. And like, whether you agree with it or not, everybody deserves respect. There's that thing again. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about, but the people at the table know what I'm talking about. But respect, like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? Every man is due respect.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, even if I don't agree with or understand where you're coming from, you're still due respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like, music though, you know, I know it's gonna be lit, it's gonna be hot. Am I going to buy the album? I don't know, probably not.
Hey.
You know what
I mean, I definitely stream that motherfucker. Definitely will stream it and bump it. Y'all excited for the album though?
I am.
Y'all.
I am.
Jerome
I
is
am,
excited.
definitely.
I'm
I'm
excited.
excited.
Definitely.
I'm excited. Well, we were going to use Donda to bring back.
Thanks, Kanye.
Right.
Where's the trombone?
That's
Hey, no,
what
stop
that
calling
is.
out my sound effects. We were going to use Donda to bring back our flush or spin segment, but since the nigga got us waiting, okay, we're going to shine a light on some other artist songs and weigh in on whether or not we think the record is a flush, meaning we'll pass, or a spin, meaning hell yeah, run that joint. Okay, so I'll start. I want to start. I'm excited to share with you guys with a young lady who I am a huge fan of and have been for a long time. I'm coming in hot with Transparent Soul by the young queen Willow Smith featuring Travis Barker.
Go.
I love it. I mean,
Wait
come
a minute.
on.
Can I just say,
He's your queen.
that took me back
I'm mad at
to
her.
being a high schooler, like when Avril Lavigne was hot. Like,
Yeah.
you know
I
what
was
I mean?
say that
Like,
was
took-
very
yeah,
early
you know what I mean?
2000s.
Yeah, that took me back, yo.
Pop,
I
like
rock.
love
I
that
like
song.
it.
While
Everybody
we're in the
spinning?
spirit of transparency,
Wait a minute. Where is this going? You be giving me
Hey, what?
such a...
Uh-oh.
to be honest, I don't like rock music. That's not my thing.
Okay.
But I love me some Willow Smith.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
listen to if that girl drop hard rock, like I don't care what
Yeah.
9 Inch Nails type shit, I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah, no, I fucking love her. And I love the
I
context
love
of
Will.
the song.
I mean, anything connected to him.
I just
he's dope.
love it. She's
Yeah, she's
so
dope.
colorful to me, and just I love the way like she's still black as fuck, but very much like you said, black people are not a monolith, and I think she represents that. So for me, it's
Yeah.
definitely giving heavy on the spin for me.
Yeah.
Next, all right, D, you want to set us up, or you just want me to go into it, Deloria?
I mean, I'm cool. You know, let's go into it. Let's get it. Everybody heard this song. Well, some people have.
All right, let's get it.
you sliding. Dip, 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 baby, riding.
So just in case you don't know, Miss Normani,
Yeah.
Wild Side, featuring Miss Cardi B.
Love it.
And a lot of people talk about how this is it bears closely to Aaliyah's 1 in a Million. It's very uncanny.
I feel like it's a sample.
It's a sample.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
they denied that.
Yeah.
Right. So I had a really hard time with this song, y'all. The song itself is fire. I ain't even gonna like hold back on that.
You're not.
I'm having a hard time with this song.
Why?
Just because everybody loves the song, right? Timbaland that produced 1 in a Million. I mean, the folks that is on the forefront of having something to say.
Mm-hmm.
Timbaland did the original production of 1 in a Million. Mm-hmm. He's cool with it. Mm-hmm. Her Aaliyah's uncle, Mr. Barry Hankerson, right? Mm-hmm. He's also her catalog manager. He said he was fine with it. He had a statement to TMZ. He said, "I believe that Aaliyah would be very supportive of a young black woman that chose to emulate her music and style." Mm. Now, in Normani's interview on the Zach Sang show, she acknowledges that the drum beat is the only like inspiration that she got.
It's a sample
from 1
like,
in a
they
Million.
Gotta stop.
But she has not come out and said per se. This is what she said. She said, it was created from the ground up. That's what she said. That they were only inspired by the drum beat.
It's bullshit.
Okay.
And it was built from the ground up. She said it
man.
feels nostalgic, but it was original. That's what she said.
It's a lie.
So I
People
think
lie.
that
I can believe it.
yeah, I can't flush it because I really like the song. But when I listen, I will do it with great disdain.
I like the song. It's and the sample. I also really enjoy.
I don't know if it does feel like it's inspired by it. To me, when I listen to it, it does make me think of one of them in
of
1 in a Million.
course.
But it doesn't sound like it's a direct sample from that.
Yeah, I can see.
It feels
what they're
sample-ish
trying
to me, but I mean,
say.
either way,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck personally.
Yeah.
I like the record. It's
I mean,
suspense to me.
listen, I want to spin it, John.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spin it, but like I said, I'm gonna do it
y'all
with great disdain. Oh, you!
I already knew he was flushing it. I already knew because we've
It's a
had a
courtesy
conversation about this
flush.
Oh, a
song.
courtesy flush.
It's a courtesy flush.
We need something more.
That ain't no damn.
That's not a that is.
That was the dookie.
Husky. That is the shit.
Why are you flushing this record?
I really tried.
Flushing it though?
I
nigga?
tried. That's why I said it's a courtesy flush. We only got 2 options.
I mean, it could get stopped up, and then you plunge that shit back out.
Because here to go, I gotta stay there for a little while after the courtesy flush, so I gotta wait a little bit. So
You don't like the song?
it doesn't. It's boring to me. It gets boring after a while.
Okay, he doesn't like the song.
Fucking up like oops. Why are you? I
mean, listen, difference in opinion. That's
I
why
just-
we here.
it's-
It's okay. That's what makes
It's
the world
cool.
go round.
It's not like
We don't have
I
to
don't
agree.
have disdain for
No,
the
I
song.
mean,
I listen with this
Like-
thing, is what I
like,
said.
ugh,
I'm
turn this
disappointed,
off.
yeah.
It's
No, I
just
feel
like,
you. it's not for
Could
you.
have gave the queen her
Hold on, what about
props.
you? It's
So
a
for me,
flush?
we're in a binary option. So I don't know because I'm gonna make a decision as I talk.
Binary.
To me, it feels yes. Segue. I'm setting us up, honey.
I'm not mad
Everything
at
is-
it.
honey.
huh? But no, to me it feels 2-3 years too late. Like I feel like style wise, it just feels like okay, it's not doesn't feel new or
It's
progressive.
like not on time.
It
It
does
doesn't
have a
feel-
dated energy.
You know what I
to
mean?
it.
Like-
But she said that though in her her interview that she wanted it to feel nostalgic.
I mean,
Yeah,
but,
it's
but even
nostalgic to
not
me.
even nostalgic is what I'm saying is that there's a style of song that has come out from artists like Normani, Kehlani, and all these different ladies, and it feels like it's on brand for them, but it feels 2-3 years ago.
right.
Like you know what I mean?
I
It's
understand.
not,
Very
I'm
good
not,
point.
not
That
saying that
makes-
it's not
that's a
hot.
good point.
I'm not saying
Very
that it's
good
not
point.
hot, but I'm just saying it's like, all right, what's next for you? Like
Yeah.
if Rihanna like would. I'm sorry, I don't want to compare black artists, but if Rihanna does something like the next thing is like it's a new level, it's a different dimension or whatever. It don't feel like Ponder Replay or SOS. Like it's a new vibe.
Yeah.
As opposed
I
to you
mean?
putting out this what
Like, there's
feels
no
like
evolution.
the same,
Like she didn't,
the
yeah,
same
transition
album
into a
3
time,
times in a
yeah.
row.
Yeah.
Like it's
Understand.
funny that you mentioned a Kehlani. Like I feel Kehlani does that a lot, and I love Kehlani, but a lot of her stuff sounds
It's like,
exactly
yeah.
the same that it did in 2015. Same with the Normani when she went solo. Same with a lot of other artists of that same vein. I mean, I'm not going to say one in particular because we're
Right.
still waiting for a specific artist to come out at some point. But
Yeah.
there's a few women that fit these. few guys too.
Yeah, legit.
Brent Fires, I'll say it.
But
They gonna fight me?
Right.
Brent Fires.
What they going to?
At me, nigga.
At me, nigga.
Like, you
Find me
know,
on Instagram. At me, nigga.
there's a few guys that just kind of just sound like the same.
Got
over
it.
and over.
So Holden, did you decide? Are you flushing, spinning?
I mean,
He gonna leave
That's
it in
a
the toilet
flush.
and walk
Just
away.
leave it in the
That's
toilet.
some nasty
For
shit.
somebody else to do it.
It's not courtesy. So I like that language, courtesy.
It's a courtesy flush.
Got it. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. But whatever, ain't my record. But anyway, Jerome.
I don't give a fuck. They don't gotta bang it in their Jeep, especially not Jerome.
I sure don't.
That was fucking shots fired.
And both of us actually.
It was
both
just
my
like-
God. All right, Jerome, you're next. Do you want to
back
set it up?
on four wheels.
Sure,
no
I'll
time.
set it up. This next artist that is going to come up on the Flush and Spin. I have been paying attention to this artist for the last few years. He's had a very crazy evolution from his beginnings to now working. You know him from Odd Future and other ventures, but this is Tyler, the Creator. What's this?
Man, they ain't listening. Immigrants and benefit from it. Keep on stunting on these niggas, make them sick to their stomach, man. Y'all don't understand. Fish so fresh that you could taste the same. Yeah, we getting lost, but we know who we aim. Bada, son, and treat that last part like you niggas ain't saying nothing. Yeah.
You see these excursions right here? Just too lavish to post on the gram.
Excuse me, pardon me. The wind it blows so hard to me, like Mother Nature arguing about some baby father beef, and I'm stuck in the middle of the sandwich like slaughter me. Got my middle fingers to the cameras that's recording me from y'all to me. Brrr. Stop calling me unless you're ordering. I'm on the beach, I got my feet out, and I stay on my feet. The corner beat, I'm on the
Yeah.
Mad at it.
That was Tyler, the Creator.
I'm not mad at him.
That was Tyler, the Creator. That's featuring Lil Wayne, DJ Drama also.
Yeah, hot
Shout out to
wind
Love
Philly.
DJ Drama. Yo, my 10th grade English teacher was his mother.
Really?
DJ Drama.
Shout out to English. I know that's right.
Shout out to English.
I like that record. That joint is
too.
smooth.
That
There,
joint
you
is
know,
hot.
it's a spin for me.
Yeah, I like it. I'm
I
not
gotta
mad at it.
say, I'm like a budding Tyler the Creator fan. I'm not all the way there.
All the way.
But I was telling Jerome recently, I was watching the BET Awards, and this motherfucker's performance was absurdly insane. Like,
Certainly.
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, seriously, I really recommend everybody go check that joint out,
I'm
actually,
gonna have
because
to
I was
check it
sitting there like, wow, the creativity of it all. I can just see how his mind works.
Nice.
And I respect, you know, the grind and the artistry. Some of his music I find a hard time like connecting with, and just like his style sometimes is a little bit off-putting for me.
What's
but
his like angle?
I
Like,
don't
what is
know.
he, Jerome?
Tyler actually
us out here.
really came on early on, and as far as like having a shock value to him, a very, very hard like.
Well,
saying
what does he
kinda
talk about?
anything. It's evolved over time.
With the blanket statements. Do he talk about gangster shit?
That's
or
what
do
I'm
he talk
saying,
about
it's-
fucking
No,
bitches?
he's-
I feel like that's one of the
asking.
same. It's hard.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I think that's my point. Like, it's hard to kind of like follow what his angle is. He just kind of he's kind of like a do whatever the fuck I want
I
type of
understand.
artist,
Right.
which
I
is
apologize.
cool. You
I
know
don't
what I'm
want
saying?
no
trouble.
But it's just hard for me.
What's your
She said, "Is you on gangster shit or you like the fuck bitches?"
I wasn't sure.
Damn.
I mean,
I've been drinking.
He's quite openly
Right.
fucks both. So,
Yeah,
you know,
it's a lot happening with the ball.
Hey, yo.
he don't care. He gets it in.
But it's a spin for me. It's a spin for me. How y'all feel about it?
I'll spin it, Joe.
Holden is flushing
No,
everybody's
I'm not
shit.
flushing. I'm not. No.
Courtesy flush.
They all flush.
No.
Said I don't fuck with this kind of shit.
I wasn't. No, because this hit me in a different spot. Like this took me back to like Beanie Siegel. I could feel it in the air. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this took me back. Like it just had that type of vibe to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it took me there. So I'm like, oh shit, this
It's
hit
not
me
on
in
that level,
nostalgia.
though.
No, it's not. What I'm saying is that it just hit me.
We listened
Just
to 40
saying.
seconds of this.
No, but what
Still
I'm saying
not on
is,
that level. You
what-
was in there.
What I'm saying
on-
is it was a cool type of, it's a nod. It feels like a nod, maybe not intentionally, but it feels
No,
like
I
a nod,
understand.
and it hit me in a different place.
Mm.
So like it's something I like, yo, I would listen if I listened to the whole song. I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna run that back. I'll probably run that back. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'll buy the album, but I would maybe run that song.
Holden is not buying your albums.
Yeah,
I don't
y'all ain't getting no sales.
I don't listen to music for fun no more.
Like if y'all
not
playing it, I'm not going to tell you to turn it off.
Music is work.
It's
Okay,
work
it
now.
really is.
Yeah, music is work now. I don't listen to
I'm not
nobody
buying
music.
your albums, but it's a spin for you. Ooh.
He said, I guess.
It's a shout out.
It's
a shout out. It's a DJ shouting it out.
It's a hey, that was nice.
It's a shout out. So it's not like a full like hurrah, but it's like a
Y'all missed his face. That's why we cracking up.
Wow.
shout out to Tyler the Creator.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Jerome, you did well.
Yeah, I like the record.
Thank you.
I'm
All
just
right.
talking shit because I know y'all not gonna fuck with mine. So that's why I'm talking shit.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Holden, you want to
Don't
set
be
it up,
right.
or you just want me to go into it?
Mine, they are not black.
Mine, they are not black.
You know, I didn't know that when I accepted this.
Oh,
as
they
a
ain't black.
submission.
They ain't black.
I'm not
Flush.
playing this shit.
No.
We here for the niggers only.
Here we go.
Rose water, pour a little over me. Rose water, pour a little over me. All over me, yeah, hey. All over me, yeah, hey. All over me, yeah, hey. All over me, yeah, hey.
That's Rosewater by Hiatus. You gonna have to pronounce that last name.
Coyote.
Hiatus
Coyote.
Coyote.
Yes.
Jerome, you ain't never heard of them.
I have.
She my cousin.
He committed.
I'm mad because I.
He said it before I even got a chance. He was like, Coyote.
Yeah, I love
Coyotes
them.
are good.
That's some shit I'll listen to high and shit while I'm
Yeah,
cleaning the house.
it's good for that. So
I'll
It does-
spin it,
it does give
to
a
get
nice
high
groove.
and clean.
it's a
It
group.
does
So
give a nice
for me,
groove.
and their album, I listened to the whole through the whole album. They released it maybe a couple weeks ago.
You bought their
Oh,
album?
this is a
I
group.
didn't buy it.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, Hiatus Coyote. They're from Australia.
my
But it's
uncle
dope.
lives in
They
Sydney.
make really dope ass.
Shout out to
music.
Rodney O.
Hell yeah.
Sorry.
They make really dope ass fucking music. But my thing is, I listened through the album and I was like, skip. When I got to this one arrested me. Like, you know, I was skipping the songs. Yeah, this one I stopped and I kept.
deep.
Yeah, I
Ain't he
hit
so
replay
deep?
on this joint. So that's
And
why I was
I
like,
like
it's not a. Yeah, yo.
Sorry, hold it.
We never let this nigga finish talking.
Right.
Because he
Quite
always
right.
send us.
Y'all Kanye me all the time. I'm gonna let you finish, but Jay-Z, Beyonce had the
Go
best.
ahead, go ahead.
It's your turn this season.
Right. But listen.
Go ahead,
No,
baby.
listen, nah, I'm done. I'm basically saying that. All I'm saying is that it's not a banger like summertime blast this joint, blah blah blah. But it's just like this joint. When I heard the album, this one just like this has arrested me. It has not let me go. And I've been playing it every single day, and I'm just like the groove is simple, but it's like
I like it.
Groove.
yeah, it's a
It's a
groove.
groove.
It is a
It's
groove.
I like it. Everybody spinning.
Definitely.
I'll spin it, Joe.
Yeah.
I like it. Shout
Not
out
in
to
my
you.
Jeep, but in Holden.
Y'all get on my nerves. If you, the listeners at home, have any songs or artists that you'd like to hear our takes on, feel free to submit by tweeting or DMing us at the JL Podcast on Twitter or Instagram. Shining light, obviously, on music artists is among our favorite things to do here at the show.
Lord.
Yes.
And we would be remiss to forego discussing the recent release of controversial superstar
Controversy.
Lil Nas X. I don't know why I said his name like that.
Lil Nas
but
X.
That's just how it
like
came
an
out.
old lady.
Yeah, Lil Nas
that
X.
boy.
Like the judge in the video.
Y'all know the child name.
That child.
That child, Lil Nas X. This past Friday, Lil Nas X released a new single featuring Jack Harlow with production from Kanye West and Take a Day Trip. That's actually that man's name, Take a Day Trip.
Lord.
Industry
a
baby. That's his real name. Since the release and subsequent controversy, of Old Town Road, Nas X has made countless headlines in the news cycle. Throughout this time, he's also made many headlines that have, left people feeling a little unsure of how to perceive him as an artist. From the controversial imagery and the visual for the single Montero, which we are all familiar with, I'm sure, his recent performance at the BET Awards, to several social media posts and engagements, Lil Nas X has proven to be a controversial figure. Now, Holden, you share some interesting language surrounding your take on him in our group chat. So tell the people your thoughts on Lil Nas X as an artist, and then feel free to, weigh in on the single as well if you want.
Word.
Holden, you the shit. That's
Flush me.
That's
no,
the
but,
what?
Never.
Flush me.
Hey, yo, get out.
Never. You are the fucking air freshener over the bathroom door.
What?
Like,
Talk about Lil Nas X,
All right, go
please,
ahead.
before Deloria has an orgasm.
Hey, yo, so to be honest, like, I'm going to do a mix of both, right? Where I'll talk about my personal whatever.
Yeah.
So I think this single has evolved from where he started off to where this
Industry
is
baby.
Now. Yeah, it's an industry baby now. Like to where he is now from then. Like I feel like his music is evolving. It's hitting in a different way. You know what I mean? It's more focused. It's more like you're hitting it as opposed to being like, what the fuck is this? Because it came up, Old Town Road was like this country shit. Everybody's like, this is different. It's weird. I kind of rock with it, but I don't know if I should. Like you talking about
suddenly
Wranglers
it was everywhere.
Yeah, like kids was dancing to it. Should they dance to it? Like it was that, but like, right? Because people was like, "You talking about riding a horse? Is he really talking about riding a horse or something else?" But
Damn, I never thought about that.
no, that's the people was talking about that. And I'm
Is
just
that
like,
nigga really talking about
I
riding dick
wasn't,
on this
and I don't think he was, but
That-
people.
I don't think
He
he
was.
I don't think he was, but
talking
people were
about
saying
riding
that. People were saying like, is he talking about riding
That was
something
like a
else?
homophobic.
But he
Yeah,
was. He
yeah.
was.
But he does that in his time, in his free time. But that's his business.
Wow.
That's his business. Let that bottom,
Hey, yo.
let the bottom be great. But
Hey!
yeah, man.
Wait a minute.
Let her be great. Let her be great.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now entered into.
Let her be great. Let her be
the
great.
bottom.
Let the bottom be great. Let it be known. But so
Hey, y'all
So
have
is it-
fun.
yeah.
I'm not rock out.
Any fucking way.
Oh, he will. Oh, he will. She's doing what she does.
Moving on.
But nah. So I feel like controversial, yes. Controversial, yes. And I feel like controversial because in this country, anything that's going to create traction or to get really people's attention has to have a level of yellow sensationalism to it. In the sense of, not in the true sense of the word, like you have to butch things up or fabricate things, but just for the factor of, let me get your attention. Right, the wow factor. That's what I talk about when I say yellow journalism. So for me, he could very well be putting on a level of, let me go above and beyond just to get people's attention, to get people's goat. But at the same time, for queer folks, we have to, because there are a lot of queer artists, but they don't talk about queer shit. Overall.
Right.
Like overall.
And you feel like that they should?
Yeah, is it necessary?
So
Do you feel like?
as a queer person, I
feel
would
like it's
love to
necessary.
see a song where I don't have to, like, I love Music Soul Child. He's not queer. He doesn't identify as queer. I don't think he is, whatever. But I would love to have a song where there's a singer or a rapper or whatever, and I don't have to substitute you use
pronouns and stuff like
she
that.
or her or girl. I don't want to have to substitute that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a small thing,
Very
but for
good.
us, it's like, I'm not really being true
He
because I got
caters
to
to
change
your
the word.
community.
And you know what I'm saying? For me, it's
That
like,
makes
or here's somebody is like, no, this is me. We're
does make
unapologetically me. We ain't got to censor shit. We ain't got to change language around when we sing it in our own free time. This is what the fuck it is in the video.
Exactly.
In the song, it's clear on all fronts, visually and audially. You know, that's not a word.
Audially.
That's not a word. That's not a word.
Oh.
But-
'cause I was-
no.
Damn, hold it.
Sonically is the word.
Yeah.
You took a plunge. You took a plunge into dumb.
I did.
So you can
flush. Wait,
You
flush.
plunge
Give me
into
the
dumb. I'm not
Give me
flushing
the
you.
flush.
When you got a vocabulary as
That
broad
is
as yours, you
funny.
can make up whatever the fuck
She
you
said
want.
she
So
said you took a plunge into
where the
dumb.
somebody call Webster and let them know that we putting what you just say
Audially.
audially in the fucking dictionary because Holden said that shit.
That was some Philly shit.
Hey,
That
yo,
was. I'm gonna make this word up real quick.
y'all are crazy.
See what that's like.
Jerome, how you feel about Lil Nas X?
You know what? Listening to that, I think the.
Let's get right to it.
No, you know what?
We
I
goofy today.
appreciate Lil Nas X. I've gained an appreciation for Lil Nas X. And the appreciation for him really came from that Montero visual.
Oh, I fucking hate
Let me
that
tell you
joint,
why.
bro. I'm sorry. I really do.
Because ultimately, I was like, oh, he fucking with y'all.
Right.
And
exactly.
yeah.
It gives troll.
And-
It gives big troll energy to music. Sometimes,
here's
bro.
where I'll excuse it. This last video that he put out, Industry Baby, has like it's a prison thing going on, right? They have a dance scene naked, like in the shower or whatever.
Shout out to Sean Bankhead for the choreography.
Okay.
Just saying.
I had to put that out there so you could. I was hoping y'all would shout him out.
Yeah,
Familiar with
absolutely.
him.
Somebody at that.
So listen.
Sorry. We love you, Sean. Boom cat.
Watch this.
That's Lauren.
So it has the jail theme.
Yes.
NBC News talks about Lil Nas X as an article in Lil Nas X. It says Lil Nas X has also announced that he has joined forces with the Bail Project.
Oh yeah, he tweeted about that.
Yeah, a national nonprofit organization on a mission to end cash bail, one of the key drivers of mass incarceration.
Yeah.
We
and
love that.
structural racism in the U.S. criminal legal system. And I thought, this nigga ain't crazy.
No, you're not.
They're currently raising
Definitely
money
not
on
crazy.
YouTube right now. They're at $20,000. So if you
Yeah.
want to donate, go ahead
So
and
here-
go.
I love
and donate.
So Holden's point, when we talk about shock journalism, when we talk about trolling, when we talk about yellow journalism, when we talk about they can be used in a constructive manner. And I think what Lil Nas X is doing is he's providing a face to a younger generation who is more adept in using technology to convey their ideas.
Yeah.
Right.
They also don't take themselves too seriously. And that is a breath of fresh air, but it also can be a conflict for people who are older, because it's like, well, talk about the issue. And it's like, I am talking about the issue, but I can laugh at myself in the process. Or I can laugh during. And I think what he's doing is he's playing and he's gallivanting through life, but also dropping these gems when he gets the opportunity. And he's getting, and because he's been given his platform, he isn't using it unwisely. He's using it to convey messages and further causes and further help people in any way that he may see fit. It just looks different.
I get uncomfortable watching Lil Nas X sometimes. I'm not even gonna lie, and it's not because he's gay. Like I happen to be a huge fan of Todrick Hall personally. I mean, seriously, Todrick Hall is
a monster.
Oh my God, just an artistic and creative beast. But I think part of my uncomfortability with Lil Nas X, it's split between a couple of different things. First of all, and you know, I'm just speaking transparently, not to be judged or anything like that, folks, listeners. Don't
be apologetic for your fucking opinion.
No, because seriously, like, and. To me, he's masculine presenting, but he does a lot of very feminine shit, choreographically and creatively only. I feel like that is a challenge for me to digest, because I'm just like, is this really you? Yeah. I'm like, is this really you, or is this a choice? Like, do they got a gun in your head in this moment and told you to like gallivant around and do these things? That's, you know, number one. Number two, I don't really think that he be killing it every time. Industry Baby is the shit. That song is crazy. But like Montero and like watching the performance, I'm like,
I don't like Montero as a song. I just understand
that song is I don't like it at all, bro.
I don't like that song.
Get it out of here. Seriously.
I would never listen to that again.
It's not giving.
I heard it. I was like, ugh.
It's not
whack.
Bring on
then
the
to see him,
juice.
the performance, it's not about the fact that he was up there, you know, like grinding on men and kissing men. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who knows me knows that. But it's like, you're not really bodying this right now. So it's like, I just be like, can you sit down sometimes? I like him. I do. And I respect the representation of it all. Sometimes it feels a little bit forced, and I don't like to feel like somebody is making a mockery out of a community or just capitalizing off of a lifestyle choice. So that's when it's challenging for me, because I'm just like, all right, so you came out and now you gotta, you know, shake your ass on your naked ass on camera every opportunity you get, bro. Like, come on, sit down sometimes. Industry Baby is the shit. I was bumping it on repeat on the way down here.
Yeah, I definitely
conversely,
I have that same sentiment when it comes to the song in particular. I feel like that song was definitely dope as fuck, like, especially the production on it.
Yes,
Lil Nas X as an artist, no shade. I think that he was different, you know, from the rip in terms of what he represents. He's eccentric and he pushes the envelope far past what people are used to. But him as an artist, I don't think that he's extraordinary, if that makes sense. I think that he's a regular artist in his field, and he does things visually that pushes the envelope. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in this particular song, he pushes the envelope with the lyrics. He gonna have the wrong nigga singing that catchy ass.
Or the right one. Or the right one.
If you catch me singing it, judge me all you want to.
That song is a bop.
Okay.
He be like, I don't fuck bitches, I'm queer.
I like
You gonna have a girl in the car like, you did what now? Babe, you said what now?
I was just singing a song. That's what he's saying. I was singing a song.
I ain't trying to hear that
The
shit.
proper response is you heard the damn song. You heard the song. I like it. I like this song. I'm gonna turn it up when that part next time
is
too.
a banger.
But I think that he pushes the envelope visually so much because of, like you said, the machine behind him is
I think so.
is pushing him
I
to
feel like
do
that.
that. Although, like Jerome said, like I agree with a lot of sentiments that you all just shared. Like even like what Jerome just said in terms of him wanting to portray something to a certain audience, right? It's clear that he has a fan base. That man almost got 9 million followers on IG.
Definitely, for sure.
He almost got 9 million followers on IG, so he represents a particular group of people.
Pop star.
And he's surely the face of a community that's underrepresented in pop culture, in my opinion. Right? I think that the LGBTQ plus community is so vast and wide, and it's not one person that can encompass the rainbow in all its vivaciousness.
I like that. Come on, D.
So I fuck with Lil Nas X, and I like the song and all of that. I like what he's doing in terms of representing that particular community. But like Janae said, I agree with that sentiment as well, that I think it's a little bit gimmicky. So it's like a gift and a curse kind of thing.
Yeah. I agree with that point, the gimmicky part. It does become annoying.
I just feel like, and
So
it's not
I
because
just take it it's not
he's
for me.
gay. It's
Like-
not because.
No,
I just want to be
it's not.
clear. Like,
No,
it's not at all.
It's but the gimmick of it all,
Yeah.
it does feel a lot of times forced.
Yeah.
So from that perspective,
Like
from
RuPaul,
an
you know what it is.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just
From an
saying.
artistic
Do you? No, I'm
perspective,
just
we may not.
Hey,
We may
Never-
not. You
I'm
never
gonna-
know.
Let's retract that.
We don't know what
statement.
RuPaul is actually doing out
Let's
here.
retract that statement.
You're
not fucking bitches.
He's married. He's married.
Right.
I don't know. I don't
He's
know
married
about
to a
that
white
man.
man.
Like,
He's married to a
oh,
white
really?
man. Yes.
I wasn't there.
But yeah, like I forgot what I was.
It don't even matter.
It's cool.
You said it was gimmicky. You said
Yes,
it was gimmicky.
yes, gimmicky. I do feel like, and that does lend itself to be annoying
Yeah.
at times. Like when
Yeah.
from an
Little bit.
artistic perspective, when you're looking at something and going, I see what you're trying to do,
Yeah.
but it don't. It
Because
feel
it almost
like
feel like you don't respect the art itself.
the art itself.
Yeah.
Because I'm making a mockery
Yeah.
to a
Of course,
degree,
they
even
need
though
to
he's
make
probably
money,
not
and it is
doing
what
that.
it is. But yeah,
That might be him.
And I feel like that's a sign of the times, right? I just feel like nowadays there are a lot of movies or things that come out that kind of subvert the idea of certain things. That they turn tropes on their head. Like, you know what I mean? Whether it's a movie, whether it's a play, whether it's a musical, whether it's a song, whatever, an artist, whatever. I feel like there's space now for people to turn ideas on their head and kind of poke fun at the thing that we all know, like, this is okay.
And go extreme.
You know what I mean? Go with it. But you can receive some notoriety from it, right? But that doesn't have to be your full identity. Like, we don't know what he's going to evolve into it, where he's going to take this. But it's just like, that's something that you can take, that viralness.
Yeah.
That's not a word.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Who
Then
you on a roll today?
I know, just saying.
He said, "Fuck."
It's the crown. It's the crown.
Stop shouting them out before they
He
cut us
said,
a check.
"Fuck
Like,
around."
we need a
They
check.
can't.
Sponsor us.
we can
sponsor us,
add their ass too.
Come on, crown.
Somebody.
Don't sponsor stupidity, but sponsor us. Sponsor us.
We love
we
you,
drink
Lil Nas X.
responsibly.
We absolutely.
Like you talking about?
Speak for yourself. Say, no, I'm just playing. We love you, Lil Nas X. No, for real. I appreciate Lil Nas X. And listen, if you just so happen to hear this, pull up. You know, I would love to have a conversation with you. y'all know, we are an inclusive family, okay, here at the JANEE Latrice podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. And with that, I do want to get into a discussion about gender and sexual identification. Did anybody have anything else to share on Lil Nas X before we move on? Anything?
I think he got a BBL.
What?
Hey, yo, you think he got...
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Do you really?
I think he got a BBL.
Basically, you
Hey,
just
yo.
said he got a fat ass. That's
Hey,
what you
yo.
just basically said.
Hey, yo.
You just basically
I'm
said Lil
secure
Nas
in my
X
masculinity.
got a
The boy
fat
got a big
ass.
ass.
Oh.
He shake it all the time. It be
Hey,
in the
yo.
screen.
Let it be written, so let it be known.
So with that being said, we're gonna get
He does have a
into.
nice body. He does have a nice body.
No, he definitely
he
does.
does. Yeah, he has a nice body.
Yo, I thought that chorus was like, ever since that I've been gay, yeah.
I thought you were saying that too at first. I was like, oh, okay, just keep reminding us.
I had
And
to
on
look
that
up the
note-
lyrics.
And on that note,
Look up the lyrics, folks, before you start
Oh,
singing
yes.
shit.
Yes, please do.
I think that's a perfect little segue for us to get into this conversation about gender and sexual identification, which of course has been a hot button topic in recent years. If not directly in mass media, social media has countless discussions concerning gender identification and sexual liberation almost daily. We understand that LGBTQIA+ is simply an acronym to attempt. Jerome gave me the field goal.
Because it's everything.
It's an acronym to attempt to cover a wide-reaching spectrum of identities. For those unaware, the acronym actually stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, and asexual. And then there is a plus for overall inclusivity. And there's also a spectrum of gender identities, including genderqueer, non-binary, agender, bigender, and gender fluid. Okay, so I want us to touch on this because I'm curious to know how much of these spectrums or about these spectrums do we actually know? What are our feelings about these terms, so on and so forth? Personally, I find myself kind of a bit at a crossroad when it comes to this topic, just because on one hand, as a woman who identifies as sexually fluid, I appreciate the language. You know what I'm saying? Sexually fluid, not to be confused with gender fluid. I am a woman and I identify as such.
Okay. Hold on. Roll it back.
Let's just roll it back. But in identifying as sexually fluid, I really am grateful on one hand for the language of being inclusive of fluidity, right? Because I gotta be honest, like I don't identify as bisexual because I can't say that I would never date a trans man. I would not date a trans woman, but there's a level of fluidity in my sexual attractions, right?
Can you just clarify the difference between a trans man and a trans woman, please?
Yeah, so it's a trans man, from my understanding, is a person who was born as a woman, identified as a man, and transitioned to become a man. Okay. And a transgender woman would be the opposite. Am I correct, Holden?
That is correct.
Yay! But also on the other hand, I'm exhausted, y'all. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, as a person with both trans and non-binary friends, adjusting to things like pronouns and stuff can be, tedious. And baby, if they add another letter, okay, it's just, don't get me wrong. I have the utmost respect and deep love for all. Anybody who knows me knows that. I'm just saying it can be a bit of a mind fuck, bro. Like trying to keep up. Seriously.
Can we say
honest.
the A to Z's?
No, we can't. We have to say what they want us to say. And that's it.
I don't want no trouble, y'all.
I
don't need nobody pulling up at 4901 at all.
And it's particularly rough for those who do have the respect and do want to use the proper language. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are y'all thoughts on this? Anybody jump in? I don't know.
I don't have all the terms that people identify with. Like, I know you just ran them down, but I have not committed them to memory, if I be transparent. I am understanding and sensitive to the fact that there are differences. Yeah. Right? I respect it. But I haven't indulged to like a full point of view or like opinion about it.
Yeah. Okay. At all.
I tread lightly.
I understand, bro.
Okay.
I really do.
Yeah.
Jerome?
I grew up in church, so I did not tread lightly at one point in time.
Oh my God.
I didn't. I wasn't like
Was you damning queer people to hell?
No.
Oh.
I wasn't damning queer people to hell, but they wasn't coming around me like that.
Yeah.
And I was making sure not to hang around because if I hang with them, they're going to think I'm one of them.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, like I thought that for a good portion of like my teenage years.
Yeah.
Which was interesting because I was also involved in Philly gospel.
Let's talk about it.
I mean, listen, it is what it is. And I mean,
Yeah, I said it.
Y'all
know who y'all
is. That's funny. For all
But
of you that are just tuning in, this is a very transparent and open podcast.
Hell yeah.
We say what needs to be said.
Our loyal
We
listeners
don't
know.
like
Don't
it.
us down.
But one thing I recognize
listening.
is that everybody, my love for everybody is just like you can't direct that to just you got to exclude people.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
no, and what I had to learn was if I have the capacity to love everybody and God's love is bigger than mine, then God loves everybody.
Yeah.
Tie out that bow.
Wow.
What am I doing targeting these groups of people that I'm not going to care about?
Yeah.
And what you're missing out on?
Yes.
No,
The
seriously.
people
Say
that you're
that.
missing out on.
Say
the
that.
experiences and the
I love that. You
stories
said
and all the things that you're missing out on because you refuse to be close with people. You
Because
refuse
you refuse to accept their preference.
whether it's a preference
Or-
whether they're born that way.
Exactly.
Whatever it is.
Holding
you
got his
refuse
thinking
to
face
accept
on, and
it.
I
I see, I
cannot
see, I
wait.
And
see.
because you spent so much time pulling yourself away, you've wasted a lot of time
Yeah.
not getting to know people who could have benefited you in such a great way,
Yeah.
who could have helped you out in such a great way, who could have
Yes.
added to your life, who
For
you could have
sure.
added to by just being a friend.
For sure.
Like
Yeah.
you were a hindrance in some areas because you could have just been nice.
And being a hindrance is not of God.
Yeah, and so now, I mean, if you know me now, I don't care. Like, I don't care. I'm going to Pride. I'm going to heaven. I'm partying.
Exactly.
Like,
Me too. We out
because
there.
Pride be lit.
if it's one thing, y'all know how to get down.
Listen,
and I'm
yeah.
partying. Y'all know a goddamn party.
This twerk that Taheem. Taheem is in
love
for
it.
Josh tonight. Josh, we
love
miss
it.
you. We love you. We got Taheem as our PA. And he just
Yeah.
keep giving us
Yeah.
a twerk like
Come on,
chair
let's
on the
go.
side.
Twerk
I'm
for
with
Jesus.
it.
Twerk for Jesus.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Holden, been quiet. Come on now.
'cause it's
Way
like-
on in.
We know where I'm going. Of course, I'm going to speak in the affirmative. But
Where do we know?
No, so a couple things, right? So the through line for me, which I started, with talking about respect, right? Every man, in the sense of humankind, not man in terms of gender. Every man is due respect,
Yeah.
and I think that's what we have all been saying here. Jerome, that you definitely just said it, Deloria and JANEE. Like, everybody's due respect, right?
Yeah.
Everybody is a human who brings something to the table. You have intrinsic value outside of what you can do for me. You have intrinsic value as a person, right?
it.
But
my best friend.
this is so. I do understand that there's a lot of sides to it, and there are sides that are valid. I do understand the sides of folks who are cisgendered, meaning that your gender. So let's work some definitions.
Yes, come
Come on,
on.
let's get
Walk
this
us
spectrum.
through.
Let's walk this spectrum.
Run it down
Let's
before I fuck up.
go.
Because I'm guaranteed to fuck this up. So please educate your
so we're
sister.
we're gonna go on three things, right? We're gonna go on sex, we're gonna go on gender, and we're gonna go on orientation.
Oh my gosh, I
Those-
feel smart because I know these things.
It was the face for me, but
It was the
Yes.
tone of voice for
yeah,
me.
I mean, but no, like those are three different things that are not mutually exclusive. So sex is biologically what you have, your genitalia, your genes, like that. That is your makeup, your physiological makeup, right?
Yeah.
Gender is your presentation to the world, right? Gender is presentation. Okay, orientation is what you're attracted to. So those things are not mutually
They're not the
exclusive.
same,
They're
right.
three very different things,
Yeah.
which is why somebody can be biologically be born male. Their gender identity is different from their sex, their biological sex they were born. Right?
Thank you for
those are different
this.
things, right? And it's not always, even in those things, it's not binary. Like there's intersex, there's male, female, and then with genders is male. There's a lot of different other things, right? So I just wanted to work some definitions around that. What gender is about, your presentation,
Yeah.
right? So if somebody is cisgendered, that means the gender, it matches, the outside matches the inside.
Yeah.
right? So if you identify as a male, it matches the outside as well, cisgendered male, right? That doesn't mean heterosexual.
Right.
That doesn't mean heterosexual male. Cisgender, you can be a homosexual, bisexual, cisgendered male. Right. That's not about your orientation.
Turn the volume up, listeners. Come on now.
Yeah, get these fucking nuggets.
But I understand.
Get these
so
gems.
for stuff like that, I know that there's a huge learning curve.
The more you know,
folks, there's a huge learning curve for folks who live in spaces where it's heteronormative and cisgender. Their reality is very binary, where it's like you're either this or you're this. You're the man, you're a woman. You like this or you like this, because we're groomed. We are groomed. Coming to close. We're groomed to see life in that way.
No,
Ever
it's
since
okay.
we're
We
kids,
can go over.
even as we're kids, like you come into a toy store when we were younger, Toys R Us, the boy section was blue.
Yeah.
Right. It had G.I. Joe. It had Micro Machines. It had a lot of those things.
Absolutely.
Right. The girl section, you're groomed to be more domesticated. So you're taking care of hair. So you have dolls, dressing the doll, the house of the doll,
Absolutely.
like the living aesthetic. Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and it's pink. It's pink. And it's
Pink,
very much
fake
aesthetic.
makeup.
It's not athletic. It's nothing that's
Right.
physical or anything else like that.
Right.
With us, it's more of those tactician type things or physical.
It's the vocabulary.
But you know what I mean? Because that's what it is.
I'm writing that shit down.
They cater to a lot of things too. It's like girls don't have brains. Like girls have great brains too. Like you know what I mean? But
Yes,
they
you
cater.
do. Might as well have told me I was smart today.
I'm mad I can't play basketball to this day, man.
But no, like, but even puzzle games and stuff, like they still cater. Some of them they cater to boys. Some things, you know what I mean? Because they just want boys to think in a certain way. But that we're groomed subconsciously from a young age.
Absolutely.
In that way,
100%.
right? Which is why we grow up and looking at things in binary ways. So I know there's a huge learning curve for a lot of folks who are heteronormative and cisgendered to develop the language and how to classify us. What does these things mean? But the through line to all of this is just every man is due respect. So if one thing you can take away from it, ask somebody.
Yeah.
How do you identify? How can I
Yeah.
best acknowledge you
Yeah.
and understand you and engage you?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Ask everybody, because even queer folks, we're not monolithic. And just what may work for one person may not work for another. So just because you see somebody as female presenting, don't assume I'm gonna say she, her, hers.
Yo, that's
You
so
gotta
crazy
ask.
that you say that, because I remember years ago, actually, I got an email from you, or was included in the email thread of yours, and in your signature, you included your pronouns. I was like, at the time, I was like, what the fuck? This, like, why we put this at the end of a fucking email? But now here we are, fast forward to 2021, and I'm like, damn, how ahead of the times were you in that moment? Like, that's so crazy.
Yeah, you can't assume just because there are a lot of people who may present as male or female, right? That they're female presenting, but you don't know where they are on their journey. They may be on a path of transitioning or something else like that, or they just may have different pronouns. They may want to be they, them, or theirs.
That's
or
the
they may wanna
rough
be
one for me,
but
baby.
you know what I mean?
Woo!
Yeah, they
I love
and
it.
them. I'm like, just tell me your name, and I'll call you by your name.
Montero. It's Montero.
Hey, yo. Thank you for that, though, Holden. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Seriously, man.
Seriously, we needed
Shout out
those
to you.
gems, man.
Woo. I enjoyed
Everybody
that.
don't want to Google. Just listen to this JL podcast. Just listen. We gonna run that shit down for you from A to
Real.
Z.
I had to do a workshop on that when I was in the school district. In the school district, they had us come in, and it was a big workshop on on the spectrum. They put a spectrum up, and they had a trans woman come, and she taught on what this spectrum was and just how identification works.
Yeah.
And basically, what I got from it was, look, whatever they want you to call them, just call them that.
Call them that. I mean, and ultimately,
at the end
that
of
goes
the
for
day,
anybody,
right? Like if
Respect.
they're saying call me, Jane, we'll call them Jane. Like
Costs you nothing.
I don't really see the
it
problem.
really
costs
doesn't
you
hurt you.
nothing.
It's like, well,
My only thing is like, okay, but us on like there should be some grace too with like adjusting.
I agree.
Sometimes,
Yeah, for sure.
like, please just give me a chance. Like when I met you, you know, I was about, but and anyway,
Yes,
Yeah,
no,
no,
I
seriously,
think you're
I
when I
right.
met you, you was just
I
talking
have a
about the
niece.
shit.
I have a niece she was born my niece, and now she is my nephew. And I love
He
him.
is-
He
yeah.
is now my nephew. I love him just the same.
Yeah,
that's my name.
Did you struggle with the transition of...
I am still struggling, clearly. But he already know what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Peace King, you already know.
I just want the grace. Because we want to love, like, you know what I'm saying? For me personally, I desire to address people the way they want to be addressed. I desire to, you know.
Respect.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Sometimes it can be a challenge, especially if I'm just being honest. I don't want to get cussed out. You know what I'm saying? If I forget that one time, just give me a minute. I'm getting there, baby. I'm getting there.
Yeah, I'll fix it.
Correct me in love.
Correct me. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Correct me.
Yeah.
And
without the curse.
Without the cuss out, and we can keep moving. I don't care. Like,
I agree 100%. Well, as if, you know, millennials do not have enough to keep up with and keep our hearts and minds busy.
Lord have mercy.
Dating is a conversation that can go many different ways, I'm sure. Let's take a moment and share, number one,
to breathe.
Take a shot.
Wait a minute. I thought we were going to take a moment.
Do we got like play music? Like, do we got to pay for that?
I'm actually like, the topic, and as soon as you just say dating, I want to go to bed.
Same.
I want to go to bed immediately. No, but I want us to take a moment and share, number one, our relationship statuses with folks at home, as well as how we identify sexually, just for relevance purposes. And, you know, compare experiences. I'll start. As I mentioned previously, I identify as sexually fluid. I am single. Although I do identify as sexually fluid, although the majority of my sexual and romantic experiences do involve the complex species known as men. It's also fair to note that because of my lifestyle and the way I enjoy vetting romantic encounters or whatever, I do find online dating or dating apps to be a resourceful and an interesting use of my time. Before I get into, you know, my experiences, I'll let us go around and share, you know, relationship statuses and all of that first. D, talk to us.
Sure. I am cisgender bisexual. Happily fucking married. Extra on the happily and the fucking.
Oh, wow.
Please and thank you.
Wow.
I love it.
Put some sauce on that shit.
That is heavily so.
Wow.
Please.
Wow.
Jerome.
Wow.
Okay, well, hard to follow that with this boringness.
Is this my shot? Okay.
So check it out. I'm the boring of the group. I am cisgendered.
Is that boring?
That is boring.
I'm cisgender.
Yeah, she's just
Yeah, but I'm cisgender.
Hell, shut up.
and
Watch your mouth, because you're about to say something crazy. I just feel it in my spirit.
What was it? I'm cisgender and I like women.
Wow.
Cool.
So heterosexual.
Yeah, I'm cisgender, heterosexual. You know. all
I
that
like
stuff.
girls and boys.
Thank you.
If it wasn't clear.
Thank you for repeating
That's
that.
it.
It wasn't clear.
Thanks.
All done?
Well, I do want to clear something from earlier. Just for those people who are listening. We believe that it is not a choice, it's not a preference. It is just what it is. You like what you like, right? So I do want to clear that up. Okay. But I'm cisgendered. I happen to be I'm transitioning between gay and demisexual. So demisexual.
That's the new one.
So demisexual is very much.
He made it up.
This is my third one.
What is demisexual?
Funny.
No, seriously, I never.
So demisexual is very much about like I do not derive any sort of sexual or any type of gratification from you unless I'm attracted to you. Like I'm not. I got to be really into you in order for me to be into you.
So that's related to like pan.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's on the scope of pan.
Yeah.
Like pansexual is very much like intellect. Your intellect is connected, right?
Yeah.
You're attracted to people's intellect.
Got it.
Demisexual is very much about the connecting. Like even on a sexual level, I do not want to engage you in very intimate ways, in different ways like that, unless I'm into you. It's not even like.
Got you.
So pan is more sexual and demi is more intellectual.
Pan is intellectual.
Is that fair?
Pan is intellectual. Pan is like I'm attracted to your intellect.
Okay.
Demi is you're the person. I'm the person. If it's not there for me, it's not there for me. So there you can be a very attractive person or whatever. You can be very smart, but if I'm not into you, baby, that's not it.
Okay.
It ain't it.
Demisexual.
You ain't got no chance. No shadow of turning.
Are you dating?
So, I am dating.
Oh, I didn't say that.
He didn't.
I'm single. I don't know if I'm dating.
Ladies,
listen,
if you were wondering.
Ladies, listen.
All right.
We can have a couple conversations.
Wow, he got his fucking
just making
late night
clear.
voice on and everything.
Okay. Quiet storm. Like,
Man, listen to it at 2 a.m.
y'all are hilarious. So, single, married, dating. I guess you can say I'm dating.
You're dating.
I'm definitely dating. Ooh, Father Christ. God, why is it like this?
Why is it like this?
It's a very it's challenging, bro. It's challenging on a lot of levels for me. But it's also fun at the same time. It can be fun. As a single woman, I do enjoy going out, trying new restaurants, seeing new sights, getting to know new people, all of the things. I won't speak to the rate at which I date because little baby's probably listening, but I am single and very much
ain't none of your goddamn business. Mind
very
your
much
business.
dating. I'll say this though, connecting with men who have the enthusiasm for me is easy, right? Every time I connect or meet a man, and I'm going to say men because that's what I'm primarily, my focus right now in life. When I meet a man with the intention to date me, they're almost always immediately able to identify my vibe and my ambition and my beauty as something that they absolutely want to connect with. And, they're so glad they met me and I'm something that they want. Great, beautiful, all of the things. However, connecting with a man who can put language around his feelings, understands how to properly court and handle a woman, particularly a woman like me, and actually has the means to do so all in one. This seems to be an Olympic sport. That's what I'm calling it these days. And dating is an Olympic sport. It's like emotional intelligence, chivalry, and success is too much to ask all at once. Okay, this is before we even get into the conversation of preference or type. This is even before any of that. Additionally, for me in particular, as a successful and ambitious alpha woman, I can't tell you how often I intimidate a man, which it's probably the single most unattractive fucking thing in life. Like to just have a man be intimidated by my energy. I can literally recall once in my life, one relationship in my life, which happened to be my longest one to date, where my partner did not require me to shrink in some capacity because he was also alpha. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's no need.
Yeah. And he was alpha enough to still cover me energetically, even when I was standing at my tallest, figuratively speaking. That was once in my life. You feel me? And because my heart is so big and I love so much, I literally have to like remind myself, like, nah, baby, we not shrinking. Like, cause sometimes I'll like start to, like, you know what I'm saying? Because
PSA, she's not shrinking.
I'm not, I have to remind myself of that shit. And it becomes like a circus dating, because it's like, okay, yes, I want to commit to my standards, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't want to be intimidating to a man, but at the same time, why are you intimidated by me? But at the same time, it just be like I find myself all over the place with it. So I don't know, like at the end of the day, for me, it's like, if what you want is a man who initiates creative date ideas, can meet you conversationally, and is not broke, okay? Wow. If those are your basic standards, then it's giving singleness until we can connect with that, okay? Period. Like,
yeah, and that's not a lot to ask for.
I don't think so either.
Well,
no, it's not a fucking lot.
Well,
I didn't say also, you know, be hung and be rich and not have a billion kids and be gorgeous.
So you don't need him to be hung.
I just need him to be able to fuck. If he can fuck, that's fine.
Okay.
Well,
if he can fuck, I'm good. You don't have to necessarily be hung.
I'm just.
If you can,
I'm not gonna pull.
I'm not saying you can have a microscopic penis, because we're not here for microscopic dicks either. I'm not. Holding, you don't know me.
I know you very well. I didn't want to use language that someone would
I like
know
big
use.
things, but
Yeah,
whatever the case may be. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's not what was you about to say?
I
I'm
was
asking
about
for
to
a
say,
lot.
I was about to say, you said I'm gonna leave out the other things.
Yeah.
That I
prefer.
So your big things 1, 2, 3 are
Emotional intelligence, chivalry,
chivalry,
success,
and
some level of success.
No, not broke.
Not broke.
is what you said. That's
Yeah.
not broke and success. Is
She don't want to date a drug.
Okay, I'll stick with not broke.
Okay, so a lot of times, what I found is that like
Far from broke though. Like I don't want you to be.
see like you see how like that.
There's nothing wrong with not wanting to be with a broke nigga.
It's nothing. It's nothing wrong. If that's what you want, that's what you want.
Hell yeah.
But you gotta understand like that. There are things that come along with that. Like what if he meets 2 out of 3?
What are the 2?
Oh, so it depends.
Absolutely.
So what if
She won
he's
all 3, cuz.
And that's no, but
Fuck
no,
you
because
talking
you
about?
raise a good point. You raise a good point, and I hear what you're saying.
Women have
but
lists for days.
I
She
gotta
asking
be
for
honest.
3 things. That's
yeah,
not a stretch.
I was just about to say.
We're not even about the like.
No, I get it though, because and this is kind of speaking to my point, because it's like why what between being emotionally intelligent, chivalrous, and not broke, what can I do without? Is what you asking me?
Yeah, like let's say no.
I mean,
is there a scenario when you can do without one?
No.
Okay.
Not of those 3 things. I don't think so. Like I need somebody who's emotionally intelligent. My feelings get hurt. I'm fucking sensitive, and I need somebody who can understand that. And I mean, I've done a lot without chivalry. I just don't want to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not fucking with broke niggas.
Okay.
Period. Not giving that. It's just not giving that.
What I
Deloria, you don't think everybody heard you just say you gotta pee?
just whisper
Bathroom
that.
break. Everybody pick a corner.
Everybody get a.
Just pick. Everybody pick a corner.
You got a cup.
Go ahead.
You got a bottle. What I've noticed that in I think in heterosexual relationships with men, I think men and women, there's like a communication breakdown. Quite often, and I think it's on both. I think there is stubbornness on both. I think men have become resentful of women because there's been so much said, and I think women are affirming themselves at the same time. So a lot of men are becoming resentful of the affirmation, and in some ways that some women have taken it.
Help me understand.
All right, so if I'm hearing I don't need a man, if I'm hearing that, if I'm hearing that,
that's not an affirmation. But
well, no, it can be, because you don't need it to get what you need, to get what you want in life. You may not need a man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an affirmation, like, because ultimately throughout history you've been told that's something that you should aspire to. That's something that you should want. You should want this. You should want to be with a man. You want to.
So if you're hearing, I don't need a man.
If a man is hearing, I'm not saying me. I don't care.
Okay.
But it's like if a lot of men, from what I've been seeing, especially like social media and things of that nature, they resent that notion. They resent that alpha female.
And okay, so at what part of this is the woman's responsibility? I'm
saying there's a communication thing that needs to go on between, because I don't think it's as dogged as you would say it is.
I think not needing a man but wanting a man is empowering, and you know what I'm saying?
But I also think that's not clearly communicated all the time.
Yeah, but at the same time, neither is the fact that niggas or men, let me just be nice. Men want, to feel, you may say that there's resentment, or there may be resentment for women having the notion of not needing a man, but at the same time, broke chicks, it ain't no, y'all not making space for broke chicks. So at the same time, like, why not want?
Yes.
Who?
Men make. What do you tell me? Wait.
Oh, maybe the men you
roll this back.
I don't know.
A lot. Dudes' standards are way lower than women. Dude will date a broke woman.
I don't.
Way before a girl would date a broke man.
Nah, it's always she's gonna be called a gold digger. Or
No. She's not. He's gonna date broke girl before she dates broke nigga.
I don't know about that. So I disagree.
So while I can't contribute to this particular conversation,
how you gonna chime in? What is
I can't. So for those of you who cannot see, which is no one, Zaloria kind of signaled me in.
Right,
She gave
like,
me,
but he
this
don't
is-
date
yeah,
women.
this
So
is
my thing is
WWE.
like it's a
It's
different conversation.
a relationship standard in general. It don't matter.
No, but he specifically said that there's a breakdown of communication between men and women when it comes to women affirming themselves.
I was just giving language around why there's a breakdown in communication. Now, it may be other reasons, but
there's plenty of reasons like men
the end
not
of the
being
day-
able to like always communicate what it
Yeah,
is
that
that they're resentful about, or that they're resentful, or that they would prefer.
You're doing a lot of pointing.
That you, I don't like to. I'm not pointing. You started generalizing. Okay.
All right, can I just let me kind of put a little bit of context.
You feel better,
right?
Mama?
Cause I'm good.
You're lighter.
Had to drain the main vein.
You're not
the
tight.
vein.
Whoa.
Wait a minute now. Come on now.
Hey.
I was going to say that.
You gonna confuse the people, woman of God.
Oh,
You gonna confuse the
tell us some. Tell
You
me
got one of
something
It's a
good.
vein in
Oh,
there.
shit.
It's a vein in there somewhere.
Hey,
I'm
yo.
sure of it.
I don't know.
She said it's not a uterus, it's a urethra.
Hey.
I don't like this. Don't talk about urethras.
So me and my husband been together for 10 years, right?
My God. That's a long ass time, bro. Jeez. Niggas get on my nerves after 10 minutes. All right, I love men. I just want to say I do love y'all. Y'all just sometimes y'all wear me out a little bit. What?
10 years. 10 years. What's up?
What's next, Deloria?
Tell us, Dave.
Y'all-
She said, "Wait, wear me out for 10 minutes."
No, that is.
I understand that sentiment.
I love
as
y'all
well.
though. I really do. I be rooting for y'all. Anyway, go ahead,
Yeah.
sis. I'm sorry.
I just feel like, you gotta determine if the good outweighs the bad and not pinpoint particular things. I understand having standards and preferences and needs and all those things, but if I would have knew then what I know now, me and my husband probably wouldn't be together. But in the state that we are in, I am so happy with the life that I have. And if I would have limited myself to, and I'm not saying that your preferences are invalid or anything like that, like do what you need and expect what you need to, you know what I'm saying? But some of the things that I expected 10 years ago, I was just kind of like, let's play this out and see what happens. I'm happy with what I got right now. Like, we're good. We're in a groove.
Amen.
I don't go on dates as much as possible, so
Whoa.
I need more dates.
I ain't got it.
You heard it. You heard
All
it straight
right,
here
look.
from the JANEE Latrice podcast.
But my husband gives me what I need. You know what I'm saying? I want more dates,
There you
but
go.
maybe I don't need more dates.
You sure do. You deserve
I
more
do
dates.
need
I'll
more
take
dates.
you on a date, sis.
I need more
Alright.
dates.
Alright,
You know I'm
I
bisexual, right?
Hey, yo. Hey, I'm not.
Wow.
Y'all not going to wear me out today.
I'm just kidding, babe. No, I'm serious.
Dating can be exhausting,
It's
bro.
exhausting.
But yeah, are we talking about how like who bears the responsibility in making sure that not making
It's-
sure, but like just
think
how
there's-
relationships.
I think it's pretty much anywhere that we're going with that.
Yeah.
I think
you
men
can-
and women bear a great deal of responsibility in relationships not working out, right?
Yeah.
Or even working out.
Yeah.
I know some people sincerely find out that they aren't good for each other. Right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure that there are some relationships that would have stood the test of time if both parties were willing to be patient for one more day.
That's good. That's good.
I
Yes.
like that.
And yes, that part. So, because I'm not dealing with the binary of.
I'm about to say we got
women
real
and
It
women.
don't
heteronormative
matter.
real quick,
But
With
no,
the
no, but it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
I
It doesn't
understand
matter.
what you're
Right.
saying.
but that
Yeah.
point,
To that
kind of
point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It definitely
Both parties
both parties
bear responsibility
bear
in
responsibility.
relationships not working.
Absolutely.
It comes down to the communication piece.
Absolutely.
Heavily.
But yes, but in that, I do think that it is okay to. There are some non-negotiables. I do sometimes
Exactly.
for some things. Like I'm thinking of a couple exes, for example, where for me the model of if you just stick it out for one more day just would not have worked for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it
Yeah,
just
no.
would not have. And
It's over.
you were there for some of
Absolutely.
those things.
It's a
Like,
wrap.
for me, it just
Bye.
and it's not like, oh, you texting me too much. It's not something like that. It's like, no, these are legitimate issues where like this is really a problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But for sure, it takes two to tango,
For sure.
and it takes two to, you know what? We're both not perfect,
Right.
and we're both maybe not ideal, like 1,000% ideal for what the other person wants.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, there's enough good in here to where I can weather the bad, and I'm willing to gamble and bet on the good that I do see.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And like, let me go here and see what this could be.
Absolutely. Because even like me with, whatever my standards may be, I'm always, anytime you connect with somebody romantically, the goal is never for it to just be like a short-term thing. That's never the goal.
Right.
So my posture is always like, okay, I didn't really fuck with that, but okay. Like, I'm not gonna, that wasn't a deal breaker for me, but it wasn't really cool, but all right. And then the next thing, that wasn't cool either, but it's okay. We still here. We gonna see where it goes, because that wasn't a deal breaker. But eventually, you arrive at the motherfucking deal breaker. Like, that I can't fuck with. Damn, you spoke to me crazy. When you get mad, you talk to people like this. Oh, you can't handle your alcohol either. Like, now you acting all drunk and fucking dumb and cussing
So
me the fuck out.
in my experience, speaking to those things and being openly and honest, I know one of the things for me that I had to do was be honest with myself first and be forthcoming with myself first. It's necessary for you to often ask yourself what you want, and it's cool to know from the door what you want. Once you grasp what you actually want, respectfully go to your mate. It don't matter who your mate is, and you have to express confidently what your expectation is, and you have to give grace as well for improvement. It's always room for improvement, and I think that we don't
always room for improvement. I disagree with that.
For me, it's always room for in my situation and in my experience.
Yeah,
there has been room for improvement, like I said before, because the good outweighs the bad. So I haven't reached the point of a deal breaker yet. So knock on wood.
Yeah, that's married life for you. You know what I'm saying?
I have not got. I did have some situations in which I did not prefer. Right.
What's how big her eyes got? Hey yo, Dolores, like
preference, but in terms of like stick or stay.
Yeah, and for me, that's what I want. I want to, connect with a man or person that I can see inspiring that stick or stay mentality in me. Like, we can weather shit together. Like,
do you in full transparency, do you hold yourself accountable for the things that you can control?
I don't understand the question.
Wow. First of all, y'all gonna hear that back. That's gonna sound crazy. So
I don't understand it.
Run that back, D.
Do I hold myself accountable for the things that I can control? In terms of what though? In terms of what?
Like the things that you communicate, right? Like, say there's something that happens that you feel is a deal breaker. Do you be like, fucking him out? That's a deal breaker. Or do you say, hey?
No, definitely.
For me,
absolutely.
That shit was dumb.
Absolutely. I'm not a just chuck the deuces type of person.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If I express interest in a situation, I'm interested. Right. So it's like, I'll be like, I didn't really, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let me just explain to you about how I work. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm very communicative.
Of course.
Very, very communicative.
But if you don't get that reciprocity, it's not going to work. So I understand.
Okay.
I understand it from that perspective, because I've been there too. Where like I would communicate and I get the rundown, and my husband already knows. Like, I'm full transparent. This is what I do. I will give the rundown, say everything that I'm feeling. And my husband is not a talkative person, and so he might not give the response that I want. He might not give a response at all.
Yeah.
But because I know him, I have to be okay with that, and I have to be willing to wait for him to respond in the way that he responds. That comes with learning someone.
I agree with that, though. Like, for me, when I answer that question, let me give an example of a true account, right? So recently I was dating a young man. We had a disagreement. He was yelling at me. He was raising his voice and yelling at me, and I wasn't yelling at him. I was speaking very calmly. I don't like when men raise their voice and become aggressive with me. I've been in an abusive relationship before. I communicated that to him. I said, you have to lower your voice. Like, I understand you're mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that I frustrated you, but you can't yell at me. Yeah. You can't do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Days later, we got into another disagreement, and you're yelling again.
Okay.
You don't ever yell?
Okay.
Absolutely, but
so it's acceptable for the man to accept that from you, but you're not okay to willing. And I'm not saying that you're wrong for him, but I take this
It was a
and
deal
this is
breaker
just
for
from
me. Don't yell at me when we arguing.
I'm
And
cool
no-
with that. I'm cool with
Yeah.
that. But
Period.
you need to give what you expect.
I do.
So, but
do.
also,
I do.
I'm not. I'm so to challenge that point a little bit. I do sometimes think that it's something you prefer. Sometimes, like I understand that is valid. But sometimes it's on the person to say, I also don't like this too. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, if it's a thing where being conscious is one thing, if you're asking for something to also give that as well. But if that's more of a trigger. That's more of a trigger for her.
And
She's
also,
communicating.
I can't remember the last time I yelled in an argument.
Okay.
I just got to be honest, like not with a romantic partner.
sure.
Nah. And had he communicated ever, if I were yelling at him or doing something to that regard and he communicated that was not working for him and I'm invested in making this work, that's something I'm investing in shifting.
Right.
For it to be days
Yeah.
later. And now,
Yeah.
first of all, it's days later and we're also disagreeing again. That's
Right.
number one.
Right.
That's interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
Taxing.
You know what I'm saying? And then number two, you yelling at me again. And this time you in my house and you yelling at me. I'm not with the shit.
No, with it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Thank you, but no thank you.
I don't
respect
know.
that.
I just think this relationships. I think just people just need to talk more, man.
For sure.
Like,
the
I'm just
communication
I'm gonna be
piece is
real,
everything.
like for real. Like if you want to get into a relationship with somebody, you just need to talk more. Like, and sometimes like things aren't the timing. The time ain't right, or you ain't right, or they ain't right, or just something ain't right. Like everything isn't like the biggest of deals. Like and that we make it, and I think a lot of times we overblow things in relationships because we have this society that allows us to have access to everything, so we kind of like go off, and we everything gets a little magnified.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it really be like, yo, it really ain't that deep. Like you may be a little upset, like you may be a little mad, but y'all can work through that.
Yeah.
Y'all can talk through that. Y'all can bring that back together.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and we've seen relationships go on. My parents have been married for 41 years.
Nice.
Shout out to them.
So, like,
41 years.
We needed something.
It's a long time.
and I've personally seen like ups and downs with them. I've seen crazy moments. I've seen times where I was like, "Ooh, Dad, you fucked up," and I've seen times where I've been like, "Ooh, Mom, you need to shut up." What's that? Like
Yeah.
that.
Not
I've
doing
seen
it.
it.
That's
Like
real.
just watched it happen, and like I know people like don't argue in front of the kids. Like I was old enough where I could be like, I can decipher what's going on here, but I've seen it. I've seen the growth. I've seen the back and forth. I've seen the we're not good today,
Yeah.
but I love you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I've seen the
want
we're
that.
on
I
a
want
high
that.
today,
Yeah.
you know, and I still like we're still gonna carry this out, and we're
Yeah.
still gonna hold this together because we made a vow to each other that in spite of everything, we're still gonna keep this together. So our deal breakers, we know we're not gonna approach our deal breakers because we know each other so well. We're not going to approach those deal breakers.
Right.
Yeah.
So why, if we don't have that as a confound, we can keep going.
Yeah.
All the words.
We
I
can
just
keep
ain't know what
going.
that was.
We can keep going. And that's
love
something that I think is really good for me as an example, because it's like, okay, at the end of the day, if I enter into marriage, if I say I want to get married and that ends up on the table, Jesus Christ, we just gonna pray for her.
For sure.
We gonna pray for her.
We're going to pray for all you niggas.
Please do. Please do. Please
Yeah.
do. Please do.
But yeah, no, seriously. But at the end of the day, like that's something that I use as an example. Like
Yeah.
I love you so much, I'm not gonna approach your deal breaker.
So I
Exactly.
heard you speak in the affirmative because you spoke from a place of I married 10 years and these are I understand him, so we have a system for working things out. And it sounds like you're just speaking from the affirmative of I've watched my mother and my father for so many decades.
Yeah.
You know, they've been together, and
Yeah.
from my lived life, I've seen them go through these things. I think that's important for us because I'm no sage when it comes to love. I'm telling people that, you know, don't come to me for advice. I'm the wrong guy. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Great
But
at advice.
not when it comes to love, but for me, not because I'm very much a novice. But it's interesting when you found or when you think you find somebody who you want to do life with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Where you that connection is unrivaled to anything else you find since we're talking about dating, on the dating scene or just whatever. When you find somebody who that connection to that person is, you know what? Even if there's some fuck shit that comes on either one of our sides, I'm willing to weather that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I look at it like this.
Exactly.
That's fucking crazy. Like,
yeah,
that's fucking crazy. That's all I'll say about that. But that's fucking crazy.
Oh, I love that. I love that point.
Unless you're dating, or in a relationship or any kind of situationship, if you will, with the same exact person that is you. And you know all there is to know about yourself, there will always be some sort of unparalleled in a regulated relationship. No matter how well two people get along and say they don't have issues, at some point in time, there will be a difference in opinion, preference, view, or standard.
For sure.
So there's no perfect relationship. And it's up to you what you're willing to deal with.
Y'all listening to this? She dropping them gems coming from a married woman. Come on,
that's deep. That's deep.
I love that. I'm just digesting.
Soaking this shit in. Listeners, I hope y'all soaking this shit in.
Open wide and let it go deep.
Wait a minute, this escalated so quickly.
That could be a deal breaker for somebody.
It's not a deal breaker for me.
If it don't go deep, it's a deal breaker.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
Hey yo, y'all are fucking crazy.
Shout out to the lawyer's husband.
We're out of time.
What up, Riz?
We're out of time, and I don't want to be out of time because this felt so great. I love you guys. This episode felt amazing to me.
Oh, we can have a part 2 on that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because there's so much
that
more.
felt
There's
like
so
there's
much
a lot
more
to unpack
with the
that.
dating piece.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah, we definitely. All right, let me raise a toast so we can get out of here. I love y'all so much. And before I do, y'all fill y'all cups up in the meantime. Listeners, fill your glass because we're about to raise a toast. And I'm doing the toast a little different this time. Before I do, I definitely cannot end the episode without shouting out a very heartfelt rest in peace to the legendary Biz Marquis.
Yes, Lord.
We lost a great, and our hearts, our thoughts, and prayers are with his family and all of his loved ones. All right, so this toast today is a little different. I want y'all to repeat after me.
Is it an affirmation?
I'm so fancy, yeah. Yeah, because I want us to. I love you guys a lot.
Does it start with I am horny? Go ahead.
Wow.
Deloria, that's not an affirmation. It's a declaration.
You're absolutely
wow.
right.
Reds, are you listening? Because you're white.
She is sending the smoke signals.
In this motherfucker.
See you when I get home, babe.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry. Back to you.
Lord of mercy.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay.
Well, apparently it goes deep, so she's
y'all are insane. Y'all
Jamaican, for God's sake.
Oh, come on.
Oh, so he like cream soda.
Wait.
Yeah, let's call it cream soda.
Y'all are insane. Lift your fucking glasses and repeat after me. Okay? I am enough.
I am enough.
I am needed.
I am needed.
I am loved.
I am loved.
And I am worthy.
And I am worthy.
Cheers. I hope y'all said that with us at home. Thank y'all for tuning in to yet another episode of the JANEE Latrice podcast, the happy hour of podcasts where young black creatives come together to discuss our worlds and take what we need. Major shout out to Rec Philly, our home away from home, and an overall hub for creatives. Make sure y'all check them out at recphilly.com. Be sure to connect with us on Instagram and Twitter at the JL Podcast. Josh, sending our love to you. We love you. We miss you.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Tahim for holding us down today.
Thank
Listen,
you.
until next time, ladies and gentlemen.
What they said.
Y'all are crazy.
Yeah.